So you might be wondering what the heck a self-filmed in-camera video transition looks like. Well, I'm gonna show you in 3, 2, 1.
Perfect, perfect.
Alright, I just finished filming, and as you can tell it's a lot darker right now, but I didn't get all the clips I wanted to because the park was a little crowded, and then a couple of the homies stopped by, so I talked to them for a little bit. But right now I'm going to replay the video and slow it down a little bit and talk about how I created the transitions that I used. So if you don't know what I mean by transition, I'm talking about when you take two clips and move the first one into the second smoothly. And I do this by taking the end of the first clip and adding some kind of effect to it, like twisting the camera or swiping it real fast or pushing something into it, and then I'll take the beginning of the next clip and doing the same thing so it transitions smoothly. Alright, so let's go over some of the transitions I used. I'm just going to push play here and see what we come up to, and then I'm just going to talk about it as it plays. So you might be wondering what the heck a self-filmed in-camera video transition looks like. Well, I'm going to show you in 3, Alright, so this first one, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Obviously push the camera into my mouth, and then the next clip is where it gets all bright right here, and I'm at a new place and I'm pulling it out of my mouth to start the next clip. Let's watch it one more time. 2, 1. And then I go over and pan across the Two Rivers Park, and I kind of swipe it real quick to the right. You can see this is the first clip still, and then that's the second clip. First clip, then second clip with that truck, and it just kind of looks like it flows. So let's look at it one more time. I'm gonna swipe right here, and then this is the next clip. And then right here we go down and through a sign. Let's go back again. This one I pan down and use this ledge, and then this is the new clip. So this is the first clip going down through the ledge, and then this is zoomed into a sign, and we're gonna go down past the sign and we're in a new spot again. Check it out one more time. And then the flip effect. Flip this first clip, start flipping it about halfway, and you can see where it changes about halfway, and then I flip it the other half of the way. And I didn't do this one very good, but it could look really cool if you do it right. Looked okay. And then this is the first skate clip. The rest, all those other ones were B-roll, so that's why I was able to do a couple cool ones, but the ones that you have to do with a tripod are a little harder, so I'm going to talk about those too. I got the manual 180 out. I shook the camera. I added an effect on the actual edit that I did with the music. I added like a little more shake just to give it emphasis, but what I did right here is basically just shook the camera and then shook it into the next clip. So select it one more time. I shake it and I shake it out. Got that 360 flip. Flap the camera. And if you couldn't tell, all these are basically the same thing. You do something out of the first clip and then into this second clip. So I slap my hand a couple times on the lens, still in the same clip, and then it changes right here. Watch it one more time. Alright, got the K-grind. And then that one, I just swipe my hand across it. As you can see, I just swipe my hand across it, and then I swipe it across again for the next clip. So you can see as it changes right here. Watch it one more time. And here we got the 360. The same thing, I swipe my hand up this time, so I'm not going to really get into details with that one. I'm not going to go back. Then right there, I used that swipe effect again, where I just turn the camera really fast. Right there. You kind of use the blur to disguise it so it transitions perfectly. Let's play it one more time. Same thing with that one, except I moved the camera down instead of side to side. That motion blur helps disguise a lot of things, so if you have any more ideas, leave a message in the comments. I would love to know more of these transitions that you could do. One more time. And that one was down and then back up. The varial flip right here. And then I come up and grab the wax, and then I push the wax into the camera. Then the next clip, I just pull a piece of wax out, and I accidentally broke that piece of wax. I've had that piece of wax for like 3 years, and I dropped it on the ground and broke it this day. But that's cool. I needed 2 smaller pieces anyways. There's the homie Jordan and Tweety. And I just kicked that wax to emphasize the wax transition. And this one, I just ollie over the camera. Let's look at that again. And this one wasn't perfect. I ollied way too far to the side. I want it to be like smack in the middle, but I did that. I made it a little better in editing, so hopefully it looks good. But you can see right here, I ollie over the camera, going towards the camera, and then I ollie over the camera and land going away from the camera. Get it one more time. Kind of like that one. I'm just afraid I'm gonna break my camera and like clip it or something when I'm ollieing over it. Yeah. And this one, just good old-fashioned cutscene, no transition. And then these clips are from another day, but I wanted to do some fisheye transitions too, since you could do a lot more when you're holding the camera. So right here I got another ollie effect. I ollie and then land into that bank. So just ollie on flat right here. Go up right here on flat and then go down, landing into the bank. Watch it one more time. I thought that one was kind of cool. was trying to be creative here and come up with some new ideas. And that one I just cut the clip again. I didn't do a transition. This one I remember from like a really old skate video from the 90s where they zoom into the wheel and then pull out of the wheel. So let's see that one more time. And I didn't do this very good either, but you could do it really good if you have the time, and it's better if you have someone else filming. It'll come out a lot better, but if you're trying to film it yourself, it comes out weird. So zooming into the wheel. I'm more zooming into my shoe though, but you get the idea. And then you see where the clip cuts. Right here. First clip, second clip, first clip, second clip, and I'm coming back out. Watch it one more time. And then I did terrible filming right here. I flipped up the tooth there, and then did a little bonk right here. And then just a regular fade out. And that's about it. Alright, so most of the editing I did in this video I've already talked about in previous videos, so I didn't want to get too into it, but I did some Ken burns, I sped some stuff up, I slowed some stuff down, and added a couple video transitions, like the digital ones, not the in-camera ones, just to kind of help some of my in-camera ones because they didn't look completely right. So the shake one, I added a little more emphasis on the shake, and there's a couple more that I fixed up a little bit. But other than that, that's about it. Alright, I got all my clips imported. We're going to be working with these clips right here in the red. And like in the last video, I cut all my clips already, so I'm ready to go. And this video is not really too much about editing. I don't want to get into that too much. I'm just talking about the transitions that I created, in camera. But I'm going to go over some things that I'm going to do in the editing to make it look a little better. I'm going to edit this and probably going to fast forward it and speed it up a little bit. But when I get to parts that I feel like you need to know about, I'm going to slow it down and I'm going to talk about those parts. Alright, right here I faded out the volume a little bit, and then I turned down the volume on these clips just because there was a lot of wind in the background. One. Perfect. Okay, and right here I did a little speed up on this clip just to make it go faster because it was just stagnant footage. Just because of the transition, I had to let it play a little bit longer. So I sped that up just so it looks normal. And it gets into the skating faster. Okay, for this one, it didn't really shake that much, so I added this shake effect. And I know it's kind of cheating because this is supposed to be an in-camera, transition, but I added that just to give it a little more emphasis on the shake. And I had to take away this kind of like added color they did, so what I did was I opened it in Fusion, right click it, open in Fusion page, and then you gotta open, I think it was this media out too, and you look for displace and then turn that off, and that's what will get rid of the extra color. You can see it right here when I turn it back on. So when I turn it back on, see how there's color right here, and I turn it back off and it's gone. That's what I want. I don't really want that extra color. Okay, so let's get back to the editing. Alright, I'm going to change the time right here. Put this one at 402. And also this one. So I don't want to have a lot of clips in here that are just wasting time. I want to make everything in there look good. Alright, we're going to put this one at 400. Alright, right here I'm just adding the Instagram tags above my friends' names. Fix them a little bit though. Alright, so right here I just slowed it down a little bit on these two little parts right here and right here, so let's see what that looks like. Hopefully it doesn't lag, because I filmed it really bad, totally out of frame, but it's kind of hard to film when you're holding the camera too. Alright, I think it looks a little better. You can kind of see what I'm doing. Alright, so I added Ken burns right here, whatever you want to call it, dynamic zoom, Ken burns. And I did it to kind of disguise my bad filming. Or I wanted to ollie directly over the center of the camera, but I kind of did it off to the side, so I'm kind of using the Ken Burns to move the camera to the side so the skateboard fills the frame. And then it makes it easier to transition. And I think now all I'm gonna do is just add some Ken Burns and I'll be done. That's about it for this episode. In the next video, I'm going to be putting together a longer edit using all the techniques we've talked about in the last few videos. And then we'll get back to the regular skate vlog style videos. Other than that, if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time.